Alright guys, I'm going to share with you the Spectre Time Phantom 2. This is my first exposure to the brand. Big thanks to my buddy Homer who sent this watch in, has sent many watches in. You guys have heard his name mentioned on the channel many times. For a while there, Homer actually had a bit of an addiction to buying on pre-order or especially micros or even Kickstarter watches and stuff like that for ones that were, known good quality ones. And I think the Spectre Time brand seems like, in my opinion, like a well-constructed watch. It very much looks like a Royal Oak, but obviously at much affordable prices and still using a Swiss movement and all that stuff. So big thanks to Homer for lending this in and many other watches. So if this is a watch that interests you, certainly this video may or help you decide if it's something you want to purchase or not. There are a few watches that have this kind of look, but I think most of them have much higher price points. So if you're looking for this style of watch, this look of a watch with really good finishing and everything like that, I believe this is probably one of the best value packages out there when it was on pre-order or maybe even secondhand. If you go to the website now, I think they have it listed at $749. Again, like you guys know, I'm usually positive on everything and I try not to gripe too much. I just kind of think $750 for this might be a touch high, but it is a nice watch, don't get me wrong, but I think many of us, including myself, are going to have a difficult time paying, north of that $500 mark anyway, and certainly closer to the $1,000 mark for not a well-established brand name, if that makes sense. Now, when this was a pre-order, it was only $450. I believe that's what it is. That's what I heard on another YouTube channel. I believe the pre-order on it was $450, and I think that's a totally respectable price. So, great construction. Size is really good. It is a 39 millimeter watch, 48.5 millimeter lug to lug. Actually, when I was measuring it, I always look at the manufacturer's specs and then I measure it myself with my own calipers. And most of the time, they're not the same measurements. And so I don't know if my calipers are off, but this one, the measurements were actually about the same as what the manufacturer said. So kind of cool. 39 mil, 48.5 lug to lug. They did say 11.5 millimeter thick. I measure at 11.2. So, and then the lug width here, it's a integrated bracelet, so I can't really give you that. I mean, that's like about 12 mil there. But if you just measure the distance, from here to here, I believe this is about 23.7, and then it tapers down to about 18, just to give you some sort of sense of proportion here. But it is a really nice bracelet. It is nice rounded edges and everything, nothing super sharp. I don't have a problem with sharp angles on a lot of watches, but it's just not my preference. I prefer them to be smoothed out a little bit. No hot spots. It also comes with an alligator pattern strap. I'm not sure if it's real alligator or not, but that is also integrated into that lug design. So you have the option of switching that over if you want to wear it like this. It'd kind of class it up a bit. Decent, well, I don't want to say decent. It has packaging. It is a display package. It's just a wrapped cardboard box. It's nothing crazy. A 2-year warranty on the card here, and it gives you the specs. It does have the, does it say down there? It doesn't say on there, but it does have the STP1-11 movement in it. It does have a display back here. You can see that guy beating away in there. A Spectre signed rotor. So I don't see this movement in watches very much anymore, but I actually like the movement. It performs well. It's a 26 jewel, and I've never had an issue with them. You can see these are limited edition, or when I say limited, they only made 150 of them, I believe. So I don't know if that 002 down there is an actual serial number of the 150. I could be mistaken on that, but you can see you have 4 screws holding down the case back there. It does have a 100-meter water resist. Really nice brushing on the case and like the case back there. It's like a radial brushing. Even on the front here, you can look. This is you know, a black dial, but it's got a little bit of sunburst effect to it, not much, but the radial brushing on the top portion here, and that must be pressed in, because there's no way, you know, when I talk to watch manufacturer, oh shoot, what is the name of it? Oh man, I knew I was going to screw that up. But he made a wonderful watch like this. Pelton, that's who it is. And I asked him why the screw heads don't line up in a row like that, and he's like, that's like, it's not impossible, but it's extremely difficult to do. So when they line up like that, they're basically decorative screws. There's no way they did that. So you're talking insanely quality, like high-end machine work to get them to line up like that. It's just not possible. So those screws do not screw this down. There's no way. This has got to be a pressed-on bezel. Sapphire crystal, it's flat with a anti-reflective coating. You can see most of the case has brushed, has some polished reliefs here, and then polished relief around the bezel there. And then nice handset, really large applied indices. I like that. The date at the 6 o'clock keeps balance with the logo printed up there at just below the 12 o'clock indices. So you have the same size, smaller indices at the 12 and 6. So, you know, that helps balance it out. The Phantom 2 automatic printed on the bottom right there again. On the website, it does say C1 Luminova. I'm not sure. I know there's a bunch of different formulas of C1. I'll give you a lume shot at the end. So screw down crown actually too. So screwed pins here. It actually comes with, I forgot the, oh, G-man down, he fell. So it actually comes with a little screwdriver here for changing out the strap. So that's kind of a nice added feature of it. Oh, man, I can't leave him laying down like that. This guy's a nut. All right, G-man's okay. Whew, that was a close call. Let me pop this thing on wrist so you can get a look at it. I know this watch is not everybody's cup of tea, so, but I do have to say it. Butterfly clasp is not my favorite thing either, but it proportionate wise, it is like really good on wrist, and that bracelet is super comfortable. So I can understand why some people are actually drawn to these, and it might be risky because, you know, you don't get to try them. So hopefully, you know, you can watch a few videos. I know there's a few videos out there. You can look at a few videos. You can watch, you know, look at some pictures, and hopefully that'll give you a good representation if it's something that you want to purchase. And at this point, you know, probably used would be the way to go. But man, it's a great feeling watch on the wrist. It really is. So really nice butterfly clasp. It's all milled out and everything. It's comfortable, and you got some half links there to get their sizing right. So that was on my 7 1/4 wrist, and Homer must have about the same size wrist because that fit perfect. So yeah, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. I got a feeling this is a really nice watch to own, like if you're looking for something this style. So let me close you out with a lume shot. Not expecting a miracle here. There is lume. It is not crazy bright, and I'm not sure the staying power of it, but there is lume. It almost looks like the logo's lume too. It must be, right? That's pretty slick. So, all right, guys, thanks for watching. Big thanks to Homer for lending in yet another watch. I'll see you on the next vid.